I found the best method to get all of your shooting badges in one day on NBA 2K26. With these methods, you're gonna be able to get all of your shooting badges in just a few hours. I'm gonna be showing you guys two completely different methods to get your shooting badges quick and individual badge tips for every single shooting badge. If you find this video helpful, make sure to drop a like, and without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, so for the first method, you guys are gonna wanna head to the open court athletics training gym on the map. Once you're inside, you're going to want to head up to the board and you're going to see a challenge posted at the top. Now, this challenge changes every single day, but as you guys could see, by completing this challenge, you're going to be getting a 3 times badge multiplier. So for example, today's challenge is to score or assist as the ball handler on 6 pick and rolls. So that means all we got to do is run a pick and roll and then go for whatever type of shooting badge we're going for, and then every single time that we make a shot off of the pick and roll, we're going to be getting a 3 times badge multiplier towards that badge. Now, what I love about this mode is these games start immediately. There's no cutscene, there's no yapping beforehand, and there's no yapping after the game's over either. So you're able to get in and out of these games extremely fast. These games are also basically on rookie, so even though you're going up against other NBA players, you're going to be able to shoot over them and green every single shot extremely easily. What I like to do is I like to leave my man open on the defensive end. That way the other team gets their shots off quickly. That way we can get back on offense and get out of these games as fast as possible. All right, so now let's go over some individual badge methods. And for the first one, let's go over how to get set shot specialist extremely fast. This one is super easy. You don't need to be spotting up. You can actually shoot these off the dribble. It just cannot be a fadeaway. So as you guys can see right here, all I'm doing is I'm just dribbling up the court, doing a few moves, and then I'm shooting over the defender. Now, you don't have to do all these dribble moves I'm doing before you shoot. You could just spot up, call for the ball from your teammate, and shoot immediately. But the way my brain works, I don't know, I just like to do some dribble moves beforehand before I take my shots. Now, one tip about going for set shot specialist is you're going to be getting a lot of Deadeye progress as well. So this is really a 2-in-1 badge method. You will be getting set shot specialist and you will be getting Deadeye. If you look in the top right, you guys will see what badges I'm getting progress towards after I take every single shot. As you guys can see right here, I'm actually going to get double teamed on offense. So I'm going to have to pass to my teammate. So this is a good example of the spot up method. You're just going to call from your teammate. You're instantly going to shoot. It's that easy. These set shot clips I recorded were on a different day, so the challenge for these was actually to just score after doing a dribble move. So that's why I was doing all of these dribble moves and not just spotting up, because the challenge on that day was to make 4 shots after dribble moves. So that's why I was doing all of these dribble moves. However, that's also how I like to play, so it worked out for me anyways. So the method on that day was to make 4 shots after dribble moves, and that's how I play anyways, so it worked out for me. But as you guys can see right here, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing dribble moves and then I'm shooting. Whatever the challenge is, that's what you got to do. Now, if you guys want to get Deadeye progress with set shot, the best thing you could do is to call for the ball and then make sure when you're taking shots, the defender is right in front of you, like you just saw right there. Now, Deadeye won't always pop even when the defender is right in front of you, but don't worry, all of these individual badge methods I'm showing you in this video, you will be able to get Deadeye progress doing all of the individual badge methods in this video. All right, so for the best method to get Shifty Shooter in the open run mode, you guys are going to want to make sure you have normal to dribble pull up equipped. The reason why I really like this fade is because you can get it on any build. So no matter what build you guys are on, you're going to be able to equip this dribble pull up. Now, the next reason why I really like this fade is because when you're running towards your dominant ball hand side, you're going to get that massive fade animation. And this animation is really good to create separation, and it's also extremely easy to green. Now, I'm left-handed, so that's why I'm running to the left, and I'm running to the left corner consistently and getting those greens. And the main reason why I'm going to fade in the corner is because the corner will give you the highest % chance to green every single time. And then also there's usually defenders in the corner, so you're going to be able to get Deadeye progress as well. As you guys can see right here, got double teamed, called for it back. I'm going to run to the corner and you see there's defenders literally right in my face. So that's going to give you Deadeye and Shifty Shooter progress. But keep in mind, you're getting so much elevation on this fade that you're never going to get contested, especially on these lower difficulties. Now you see on this day, the challenge was that pick and roll challenge. So that's why I'm calling for the screen and then I'm fading. When you have this pick and roll challenge, this is exactly what you're going to do. Just call for the pick and roll, run around the screen, and then you're going to want to shoot. As you guys can see right there, I shot my fade going to my weak side, so I did mistime it, but you see when I run towards my strong side, it's green every time. Now, if you guys can equip Pro 2 fade, I do recommend that fade over normal 2, but The reason why I'm showing normal too is because every single build can get it. So no matter if you're on a stretch big or a guard, you're going to be able to equip this fade, and it's extremely good towards your strong side. Now keep in mind, this entire time you guys want to make sure that you are going for that challenge, that 3x badge multiplier challenge. That's the main reason why we're playing in this mode and not in the street ball, because you're going to get a ton of badge progress. I got my badges maxed in literally just a few hours doing this. It's extremely easy. Now, when you're getting double teamed, you're going to want to just keep resetting it, because eventually they will stop double teaming you and you'll be able to actually run the pick and roll the correct way. So as you guys can see right here, I got double teamed, then they stopped double teaming me after I reset, and then I was able to fade off the screen. Now, one big tip I have for you guys to make sure that he's always setting the screen on the correct side is when you bring up the pick and roll menu by holding L1 or LB, you're going to see that by clicking your left stick, you can actually change the side that the pick man is going to be setting the screen on. So right here, I clicked my left stick so that way he would come and set the pick on the left side. That way I can run to the left and fade off the screen to the left. As you guys can see right here, click the left stick, he switched sides. Now I'm able to run off the screen that direction and fade. All right, so now we're gonna go over how to get limitless range extremely easily. So as you guys can see right here, you're going to want to take shots from about the same spot I'm going to take them from in these clips. So I'm getting the screen for the challenge, and then I'm shooting from about right there. You really want to shoot from that top area, because the top area really isn't too deep. You can see right there on the wing, I was too deep. It was hard to green. But when I take a couple steps off the line in the top area, right there, like right around that top of the key area, I'm able to green extremely easily. So make sure you guys are taking shots from the same exact distance I am, because if you're missing shots, you're actually going to get less badge progress. The higher the percentage, the more badge progress you're going to get towards that badge. So once again, as you guys can see right here, I'm going for that challenge, that pick and roll challenge, so I can get the badge multiplier. And I'm shooting from that same spot every single time in that top of the key area. The top of the key area is the easiest spot to activate limitless range from, and you don't have to be that deep. Now, you guys can also activate deep bomb or takeover to make this easier, but I don't think it's necessary. Especially if you already grinded for your set shot specialist badge first, you're going to be able to get this limitless range badge extremely easily because it's utilizing both badges. But keep in mind, in these clips, I already have my limitless maxed out on silver. So the best thing you could probably do if you do not have any progress into limitless range yet is to have that deep bomber takeover, grind for set shot, and then once you get the takeover activated, then feel free to shoot from deep. All right, so now for the next method, you guys are going to want to make sure that you have your performance multipliers completed. At least the grade A student, the winner takes all, and the nail in the coffin. Now you can complete these 3 challenges by just playing in the open run mode. So just do the badge method I was showing you guys in the open run mode, and now you will be able to get this badge progression boost across all modes. So this will work in the open run mode, but this will also work in the next method that we're going to be showing you guys. However, doing this next method I'm going to show you guys, it's going to take longer to get these 3 challenges completed. So in order to do the next method properly, I highly recommend you guys knock out these 3 challenges first. And like I said, just do the badge method I showed you guys first, and you will get these extremely fast. As you guys can see right here, by completing all 3 of these challenges, which are extremely easy to complete in the open run mode, you will be getting a total of a 60% badge progression boost to all of your badges at the end of every single game, as long as you complete the task of these challenges. So for example, as long as you get an A- or higher and win the game and hit a shot that puts the game out of reach, you will be getting a total of a 60% badge progression boost towards all of your badges. Now that stacks on top of the 3x badge multiplier that you get by completing the challenge in each game in the open run mode. So that's why within just a few hours in that first method, you're going to be able to max out all of your shooting badges. However, there is a second method that's also extremely good, and you're going to want to do this second method if you're grinding towards multiple things at the same time. Let's jump into it. All right, so for the second method, you guys are going to want to make sure that your game difficulty is on rookie and your quarter length is 5 minutes. After that, you're going to want to go to play next game in my career, and you are going to want to play your next key game. So you can just press square X if you're on Xbox to go right to your next key game. All right, so in the second method, the fastest way to get set shot specialist is going to be pretty much the exact same way as the first method. You guys are just going to want to take shots with your feet set. It doesn't matter if it's out of dribble moves or off of a catch and shoot, it's still going to count as set shot specialist as long as your feet are set when you take the shot. Now you guys will see in some of these clips, I will be getting Deadeye progress towards set shot, sometimes limitless range. So really you could go for like 2 to 3 badges at the same time in here. You see right there, Deadeye popped up, the last one, Limitless, popped up. Now what I like about doing My Career is you're getting a lot of progress towards your My Career quests. You're also getting a lot of progress towards your badges and your My Points at the same time. You're also getting progress towards your takeovers as well. You don't get progress towards that stuff in the open run mode. So that's why I like this mode. However, it's really only going to be worth it if you got done with those badge progression challenges I showed you guys right before this method. And then for defense in here, I'm making sure to put my team in a 2-3 zone. Now, that's another thing I like about this mode is you could put your defense in a 2-3 zone and the other team will be shooting their shots a lot faster. Now set shot specialist is extremely easy to get, so I don't recommend just solely grinding for this badge. I recommend going for this and Deadeye or this and limitless range at the same time. As you saw, I just put the defense in a 2-3 zone, and now on the offensive end, all I'm gonna do is literally just take a shot with the defender in front of me every single time to try to get Deadeye progress with set shot. So really that's the key here, is you want to be trying to go for 2 badges at once. If I were you guys, I would never take a wide open shot, because if you take a wide open shot, you're only going to get progress towards set shot. Deadeye can take some time to get up, so you really want to make sure that every shot you take, you have a defender in front of you, so that way you're always getting progress towards it. I also found for Deadeye, if you go into the mid-range and then pump fake, you will get a lot more Deadeye shots to pop up. But I don't recommend doing this, because if you're going for your shooting specialization, you want to be taking as many 3s as possible. Unless for some reason you only put mid-range up on your build and you chose shooting specialization, I highly recommend taking 3-point shots every single time if you have that specialization on. So now let's talk about the best way to get Shifty Shooter in this method. The best way to do it is to have that normal 2 fade on that I showed you guys earlier, and then really you could just pull it up anywhere on the court. You're going to be able to green it very easily. Now I highly recommend running to the corner just like in the open run mode. That way you have defenders in front of you and you have a higher chance for Deadeye to pop up. Remember, with this method you always want to be going for 2 badges at once. So you either want to mix Deadeye with Shifty or Set Shot Specialist, or you want to mix Limitless Range with Set Shot Specialist. And sometimes you can get 3 badges at once with Limitless Range, Deadeye, and Set Shot. But again, for Shifty Shooter, it's extremely easy. Just make sure you have your defense in a 2-3 zone so you can get out on the break faster, and then just run to the corner and take the normal 2 fade on your strong side every single time. There's really not much to it. It's just like the open run mode. However, the reason why you don't want to do this method over the open run mode initially is because you want to make sure you get those badge progression quests done before you come into My Career. And then for limitless range, it's the same exact thing as the open run mode, guys. Very easy stuff here. Take shots from about the same range that I was taking them, about 27 to 29 feet for the biggest green window possible. Make sure you guys are in that top of the key area, and make sure that you're not too deep so you can green every single time easily. Now, once again, as I said before with the other methods, you want to make sure that you are mixing this in with your Set Shot Specialist or your Shifty Shooter. Now, only take fadeaway shots from Limitless Range if you have Deep Bomber Take activated. If you don't have Deep Bomber Take activated, you will not be able to green Limitless Range 3s consistently, and that is not good. You guys want to make sure that your percentage is as good as possible, because if your percentage is low, you will get less badge progress. Now, Limitless Range is also really good for grinding Set Shot and Deadeye, especially if you have the Deep Bomber Take activated. I noticed with Deep Bomber Takeover activated, the defenders will face guard you all the way up at half court. So you're gonna be able to grind Deadeye extremely easily, as well as Set Shot and Limitless Range when that takeover is activated. Unfortunately, I was having too much fun with the Gatorade takeover, so I wasn't using Deep Bomber in these clips. But trust me when I say Deep Bomber is going to be your ticket to getting Limitless Range very fast. I would say the most optimal method if you're starting with all bronze badges would be to make sure you have Deep Bomber Takeover activated, and then just take Set Shot Specialist type shots until you have your takeover activated. Once you have the takeover activated, then you can take fadeaways from Limitless Range, or you can take set shots from Limitless Range, and you could go for 3 badges at once: Deadeye, Set Shot, and Limitless, or Deadeye, Shifty, and Limitless. By the way, I completely forgot to talk about Mini Marksman in this video, but just wanted to let you guys know that you're going to be getting Mini Marksman progress the entire time, just like you get Deadeye progress. All you need to do is make sure you have a taller defender on you. It's that simple. And with that being said, guys, this was the best shooting badge method in NBA 2K26. With both these methods combined, you'll be able to get all your shooting badges in just a few hours. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like and hit that sub button. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.